with this client here, they have been in business for a while. They've been running ads with another agency for the last 6 to 7 months, doing Facebook, Instagram, and Google ads, but they were pretty stagnant and they weren't growing. Their cost per acquisition was really high and the return on ad spend was in the 1 to 2 range. They were losing money on a monthly basis. After pouring through all the data and running our own custom projections, we saw that there was a lot of things that the previous agency was neglecting. We launched everything on October 1st, and we can see that year to date, the first month from when we started, we went from 16,000 to 60,000 in sales. And keep in mind, this is a client that for the last 8 months, they couldn't get past 20,000, 25,000 in sales. They're really stagnant. They're trying a lot of different things on all the different platforms, but they weren't able to get it to the point where they're profitable. The first month after putting the new marketing initiatives in, we're able to go from 16,000 to 60,000. And then this month so far, we're at 52,000, almost more than where we were last month. So if we look at the month by month, we can see that the first month, which was in October, we ended up increasing the conversion rate by 91%. This is just in the first 30 days. The total orders we brought up by 256%, and then the total sales, 266%, just in the first month. That was last month. If we look at this month here, so far, another continuation of the increase in sales. So we're already at 52,000. Like I said, there's half the month left. This month we're projected for 100,000. Another key factor here, as we're increasing the amount of sessions, we're driving more traffic to the site. The conversion rates continue to go up. Typically, if we see a big influx in sessions and we're really focusing on scaling like we are with this client, we'll see this number go down. Right? But this number, we're continuing to go up. We're continuing to optimize. We're making sure that the data we are bringing to the site is the type of people that will convert and will buy the product. So if I pull up the actual Facebook ads, we can see here that in the month of September, before we started, they were running ads, but they're at a 1.4 return on ad spend, right? Very low. They had a hard time breaking even and they're losing money on the store. So we went from the first month of having a 1.4 ROAS to the month of October, after we put the marketing initiatives in, we went from a 1.4 to 3.8 return on ad spend. That quickly, 30 days, right? Everything went down across the board. The price per purchase went from, in the month of September, being, I believe, in the 70s or the hundreds, 125 price per purchase. And the first month we brought that down to $39. Okay? This month, price per purchase, $35. The return on ad spend this month, 4.3. Okay, so let's just do a recap here. We went from 1.4 the first month before we started, 1.4 return on ad spend. First month, 3.85. This month, 4.3. All while scaling the budget, while increasing the amount of money that we're putting towards ads and getting more people to the site. We're increasing the return on ad spend. So this month so far, we spent $6,000 on Facebook and made back $27,000. So not bad, right? I think for a client like this, we can get them easily to the 7 or 8 return on ad spend level. That's pretty standard for us, and that's something that we feel very comfortable doing with this client. But if we go into the actual creatives for this, we can see that we're seeing numbers already in that range, right? We're seeing stuff in the 5, in the 6. We're seeing things in some of them. We're seeing crazy numbers like 12, 15 return on ad spend. Again, this is just in the first 60 days, right? We're going from a situation where a client couldn't get past. They couldn't get past 18,000, 19,000. Now we're doing 60, 70, $100,000 in sales very quickly. Facebook was the primary driver of traffic and sales the first month, but we also started incorporating a couple other platforms for this client, one being Google. So if we look at Google this month so far, we're at a 5.2 return on ad spend. Last month, the first month we started, we got an 8.7 return on ad spend. Just to give you some reference, they had spent the month before we started, let's say in August, they did 0.3 or 0.53 in ad spend, meaning they're losing money on every ad. So we came in and went from a 0.5 return on ad spend to this month, we're at a 5, a 10x return on ad spend, Last 30 days, I think we're even higher than that, somewhere close to 7. And again, like this is numbers we're seeing. We spent $4,000 in ads on Google and brought back 30,000, right? In this one here, we made we spent so far this month 5,000 and made back 23,000. Okay, so good numbers here. The last platform that we're managing for this client is TikTok. Now this is a platform that they weren't on before. We came in and set up a brand new pixel. There was no data on it. There was no ad account. There was no info at all. No target audiences, no warming of the pixel, anything like that. We didn't even have creatives. So for TikTok, the biggest goal for us was to be able to create a lot of these high performing ads, because TikTok requires a specific type of ad to perform well on the platform. This client did not have any of those assets, so we had to put it together. And like I said, like this is a platform that they weren't on before, and in the first month, 4.12 ROAS. So, and this is just the first month. We can see that right across the board. The click-through rate is where we want it to be. The CPMs is right where we want it to be. And then the cost per acquisition, $36. That's pretty good for the client. And again, we went from the cost per acquisition being close to 150 across all the different platforms to now being in the $30 and the $40 range. So this is exactly what we love to see with the clients, and this is the type of results that we expect anytime we bring on a client. We make sure that we have everything in line with the data capturing, and we have the audiences set up, and the website is at a good point. But these are the results that we typically see with most of our clients after a short period of time.